Mid-Missouri weather is improving. I'll have a look at your weekend outlook coming up in a few minutes on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Opening the door to a Missouri monopoly, cold weather can't come soon enough for this business.
And now there are even more twists and turns in the Moeller sex abuse case. We'll have an update.
Waiting is the hardest part, but that wait is nearing its end for unemployed Missourians. Extending their benefits is finally a possibility.
From Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU 8 News at 6.
Some unemployed in Missouri are currently without any type of benefit. Good evening, I'm Angie Bailey.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. The new Worker Assistance Act provides additional federal unemployment benefits for those who have already exhausted their current benefits. Now, state extended benefits for the unemployed cannot be filed as a result of the new legislation. KOMU 8's Chad Mira tells us how Missourians are dealing with the change.
The fact that state extended benefits are no longer allowed has one local unemployed resident worried because her benefits run out in 2 weeks.
Went online to apply for the extension, and it says they're not accepting the state application due any longer due to the federal bill that passed.
The Department of Labor says people can get additional federal unemployment benefits now thanks to the Worker Assistance Act.
But they're not accepting the federal applications either.
This leaves people without any options.
I'm at a panic state because I'm the only person in the household, so if I don't have that, I will have no income coming in.
Victor says she can't even get her questions answered.
Our phones are limited. We still have high volumes. We're covering about 6,000 phone calls a day.
The Missouri Department of Labor says that it just got the federal guidelines and mailed a notice to eligible people.
As soon as the individuals who are eligible receive the notification, we will begin receiving those applications, so almost immediately.
Redmond says it will still be several weeks before Missourians will see the federal benefits. Chad Mira, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
Meantime, Missourians aren't too overly confident about today's market.
It shows as more people are keeping their money in the vault. KOMU 8's Brooke Hash joins us to tell us which banks are seeing an increase. Brooke?
Angie, banks in Columbia are seeing an average of a 10% hike in deposits. I spoke with the Vice President of Consumer Banking at Boone County's National Bank today. She said the bank saw a 9.6 increase in money deposits. It's the flight to safety. People want to put their money in a safer place like banks rather than gamble their money on Wall Street. 15 banks are seeing the same increase in Columbia alone. First National Bank and Trust saw a $42 million increase from June 08 to June 09. Commerce Bank also saw a $41 million hike. The number of branches are also on the rise as more customers look for a more convenient place for their money.
Okay, thanks a lot, Brooke.
A bright light appeared
something
today.
was out there in the sky.
Orb in the sky. Hasn't been seen for several days, has it?
Hasn't.
Thought you guys might get a kick out of taking a jump ahead. We'll look into Saturday's game day forecast. Tailgating, about 50 degrees. We're going to have about an even mix of clouds and sun all day long on your Saturday. Kickoff time, somewhere between 55 and 57. Looks like a great day with that Iowa State game, the final home game of the season. Driving home, a little cooler, of course. A few clouds and 54. I'll have a closer look at the weekend, including Sunday, in just a few minutes here on KOMU 8 News at 6. Angie, back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Dave. There's more new information about the Moeller sex abuse case. A Columbia search warrant said the alleged victim told investigators their adult relatives had them pose for provocative photos. Authorities searching the Columbia home of Jared Moeller seized more than 60 videos. Jared Moeller is one of the men charged. Investigators said the alleged victims told their mother about the abuse, but she did not tell authorities. Instead, she told church leaders. Jared Moeller is one of 7 men now charged. Also charged in the case are Moeller's father, uncle, his 3 brothers, and another man.
A Callaway County jury found Grady Dortch guilty of first-degree murder and armed criminal action this afternoon. Dortch was charged with the November 2008 killing of Miles Hurd at Douglas Park in Columbia. The night after the shooting, Dortch turned himself in to Columbia police. An autopsy report on Miles determined he died from 2 gunshot wounds, one to the chest, one to the left thigh. His sentencing is set for December 21st. Judy Baker, a former state representative from Columbia, isn't letting a tough congressional loss from last year from stopping her.
The Obama administration recently appointed Baker to fill a regional position. KOMU 8's Lauren Stenzel was able to interview Baker today about her new job. Lauren?
I will be the regional representative for the Secretary of Health and Human Services in Region 7, which is Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa. And I've promised not to make any decisions around anything having to do with football.
Baker says she's excited about her new position because she can use her skills in a broader area. She also says she's heard nothing but positive responses from the community, despite some that may have questioned her qualified assets. Baker says she feels prepared for the job and tasks at hand because she has 2 master's degrees, was a college professor for both economics and healthcare policy, and has more than 25 years of experience working in both private and public sectors of healthcare. Her duties include having the role of ensuring that everybody gets quality care more efficiently. Baker says that although Columbia is setting a healthy example for the rest of the state, Missouri is still lacking.
Missouri was just rated recently in Forbes magazine as pretty low on the scale of healthiness. And so we have a lot of work to do. I want to be a part of that change.
Another complaint from critics about Baker is that she might just be a puppet for the Obama administration. But to combat this issue, Baker says that she's always open to ideas from the public, and she looks forward to hearing from Missourians. Baker officially begins the job Monday. She'll have an office in Kansas City, but she'll still live in Columbia. Angie, back to you.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lauren. Sticking in the health vein, MU scientists have discovered a unique treatment for prostate cancer. KOMU 8's Bobby Meter has the details of nanotechnology and how it might reduce the size of tumors.
More than 27,000 American men die every year from prostate cancer. The MU Department of Radiology discovered a new treatment that worked on mice with prostate tumors, injecting them with radioactive gold nanoparticles to shrink tumors.
We have a drug now which can reduce the size of the tumor, which becomes operable now, which was inoperable becomes operable.
MU researchers discovered that animals injected with the nanoparticles had tumors reduced by 82%. Scientists expect to begin testing this treatment on humans in 2011. Many organizations, including the National Cancer Institute, are impressed with the findings.
This is probably the most promising result we could expect, and so the next stage will be to, hopefully move things into clinical trials to see if we see the same effect in humans.
When you administer these gold nanoparticles within the tumor, they tend to remain in the tumor for as long as it takes to reduce the sizes of the tumors.
When human testing begins, MU scientists estimate about 5 years before the FDA approves the drug for human treatment. Bobby Meter, KOMU 8 News, Columbia.
And scientists say there are minimal side effects related to the nanoparticle injections. The MU Research Reactor is one of the only sites worldwide with the ability to produce those gold nanoparticles.
The Columbia Board of Education met this morning to talk about construction plans. Board members are deciding whether to use a general contractor or construction management for the new elementary and high school. The big question remains the price tag.
We're now thinking of constructing an elementary school in addition to the high school, and we have renovations that have to be made too. So it's going to be a balancing act within a general overall cost of approximately $120 million.
The board didn't make a decision today, but hopes to in December. With all the busy work that goes into Thanksgiving, going green might be one of the last things on your mind.
Might be, but you would be surprised how simple it could be. KOMU 8's Angela Chow is live in Columbia to give us some green tips for the upcoming holiday. Angela?
Jim and Angie, this is actually the perfect time to go green. Before you head out for your Thanksgiving shopping, I'd like to show you some simple ways to help save the planet and yet still have an amazing family feast. For example, what you see here is a conventional frozen turkey you can find in most local grocery stores just about any time of the year. But if you wait a few more days, you'll have the option of buying an organic fresh turkey, and eating organic food is a great way to go green in general. You can also try using soy candles like this one as an environmental friendly decoration. Other simple ways to help save the planet during Thanksgiving include following your regular green habits, such as recycling and using canvas bags while shopping. So why not give thanks to the planet with a green Thanksgiving? For more tips on how to have a green Thanksgiving this year, click on the links and numbers section on our website at KOMU.com. Reporting live in Columbia, Angela Chow, KOMU 8 News.
Okay, food for thought. Thanks, Angela. Well, he has 80 guns. They're loaded and ready to fire.
But he won't squeeze the trigger for a few more weeks. Forget deer season. We'll explain in the follow-up files.
And it'll be deja vu for the Elias Crusaders this weekend. Find out why coming up in sports.
And as promised, our weather forecast keeps improving. We're going to take a look into what looks like shaping up to be a nice weekend next on KOMU 8 News at 6.
Now, your live Doppler 8 First Alert weather with Chief Weathercaster Dave Schmidt.
Good evening. There you get a look at our First Alert weather cam over the University of Missouri campus there, the University Hospital Complex, and, of course, Jesse Hall. It's clearing sky out there, and certainly a better sky than we've seen for the last couple of days. And our scan of live Doppler 8 First Alert radar indicates, of course, no rainfall out there. That's all moved out of the way up toward the northeast of us, over the Great Lakes region. 47 is our temperature, east-northeasterly wind at 5 miles per hour. The barometer, well, don't worry about that so much. It's rising, which is good news, but the humidity is at 74% of saturation. Temperature right now looks like 49 in St. Louis and Kansas City, 46. 47 at Jefferson City. A little chillier up at Kirksville, no surprise there, at 44 degrees. Here's a look at the radar and satellite image. What's notable here is that trailing edge of the cloud cover, and as it moved out of the way today about midday, of course, there have been a few passing clouds, but by and large, that sky cleared up very refreshingly and sort of gave us a little brighter disposition, quite literally, on this Thursday afternoon. We're going to have a clearing condition for the remainder of the nighttime hours. That will allow temperatures to be a little cooler than they have been for the last couple of days. Not drastically, but we're looking to get down to about 38 degrees for the morning drive to work. We could see some late fog developing, probably after midnight. And on the way to work tomorrow morning, probably the more pressing time period for us is that you might also come across some of the patchy dense fog in the low areas. So the balance of the day, we'll see a few clouds, some sunshine, and a high temperature warmer than it's been for a while, with a high at about 55 degrees. 56 in Jefferson City, Sedalia 55, Kirksville at 53, and we're looking at 56 in the Springfield-Branson area. So not a bad day. Sunshine makes all the difference, doesn't it? Partly cloudy and kind of chilly tonight as we get down to 38 for a morning time low temperature. Remember tomorrow morning that the drive to work could have some early morning fog. Keep that in mind as you prepare for the day on Friday. 55 for the afternoon high. And then for tomorrow night, looks like it'll again be on the chilly side, 39 degrees with again a few passing clouds. Here's a look at our extended forecast. And the good news here is the weekend. Got the last Iowa State home game at Faurot Field. Iowa State Cyclones are in town. 57 degrees on Saturday, 56 on Sunday. Next chance of rain on Monday. And then as we take a look at the rest of our live Doppler 8 First Alert 8-day forecast, Thanksgiving is still a ways out there, but right now it looks like it might be on the cool side with a high at 43. That's a week from today, by the way. Here's a look at our First Alert Weather IQ brought to us today by Jiffy Lube, a service of MFA Oil. For accuracy, the best window in your home to have an outdoor thermometer is which one?
I had to look this up.
C.
That is absolutely correct.
Sure, because you get less sunshine on the north side, and that's
direct.
the best way to go.
I had to look that up to see where to put my thermometer. Thanks, Dave.
All right.
Imagine if you owned your own golf course.
I know this. I wouldn't close it and turn it into something else. So why did a former MU golfer close this course? That's next in the follow-up files. Tonight in the follow-up files, we combine the unpredictability of Missouri weather with the predictability of the American spirit, making money, plus two wonderful outdoor activities, one of which I know a lot about, the other I know nothing about.
What happens is it gives you a drier snow, which is what you're ideally looking for. Exactly.
I'm looking for the first tee box.
That was the first tee box.
Which way did it was the first tee box? That's past tense.
We ended up closing the golf course here, so I wasn't going to make it in the golf course business. So
welcome to Missouri's oldest ski resort. You can scratch golf off the sign.
We're getting all the equipment ready for the season here. The reason that we've been able to do what we do without any competition is nobody else wants to do this.
Meet Tim Boyd, former MU golfer.
I have a lot of great memories of Columbia. Mizzou was a great time.
Tim owns this Hidden Valley ski resort near St. Louis and Snow Creek north of Kansas City.
There are only 2 places to ski in Missouri.
That's correct.
And
we got them both. It's kind of like having the only McDonald's in town.
How does a golfer own 2 ski resorts in Missouri and 9 others around the country?
Only by the grace of God.
And a good weather forecast.
Cold, colder, and coldest.
Don't you love Missouri weather?
We always joke that we're nothing but farmers of snow.
With 80 snow guns.
The best advice I got was concentrate on the snowmaking. That's what people really come for. They don't come for a nice building or anything. They come for the surface. Kind of like the golf business, you know. If you don't have good greens, nobody's coming.
Surprisingly, the last round of golf was played here a year ago.
The difference between the competitive advantage you have being in the ski business versus the golf is huge.
Missouri's oldest ski resort will open next month for its 26th season.
Obviously, we're not Vail or Aspen or anything like that. But what we do is we do give people an alternative to spend a lot less money to find out if they even like skiing before they make a big investment, you know, to go out west.
There's an important item we need to mention. Hidden Valley is located in the St. Louis suburb of Wildwood. Tim wanted to expand his operations at the objection of the city. As Tim says, he didn't win the planning and zoning battle, the people did. So starting next year, Hidden Valley will have more parking and snow tubing for those of you like me who can't stay on skis or a snowboard. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Now, KOMU 8 Sports with Chris Termino.
Hello, everyone. The Missouri men's basketball team will host the Bronx of Texas Pan American Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Mizzou Arena. The game to be televised on KOMU. The Tigers will be shorthanded without senior guard and captain J.T. Tiller. He suffered a bruised bone in his left foot in the Tigers' season-opening win Tuesday over Tennessee Martin. Without Tiller, a leadership role falls upon others on the team.
Certainly not happy that he got hurt, but at the same time, kind of relieved that, you know, they have an opportunity to cast it up and hopefully rest it and just kind of mend up and heal up and get ready to play.
One of the keys, he's one of the main, he's the key to our team. So with him out the pitch, everybody's gonna step up. Me, Marcus, Lawrence, and the rest of the guys.
The Hialeah soccer team heads to the state semifinals Friday. The Crusaders are out for revenge. This week, the Crusaders play St. Dominic, the same team that beat them in the championship match a year ago. But KOMU 8's Matt Krzyzewski tells us the Crusaders are hoping to avoid making the same mistakes.
It's the same showdown.
I think the rivalry's back.
At the same stadium where it all happened. Last year, St. Dominic came back and defeated Hialeah to win the state championship.
Could have beat them if just would have played to our fullest and not made stupid mistakes. And I think just getting another chance at them is just another sign that I think we will beat them this time.
Now the Crusaders are back, ready to take another shot at that team, but it won't be easy.
It's a little interesting about this one because we have to play them first, and they're probably the best competition that we're going to have up there. So we want to come out and win that first game and then hopefully be in the finals the next day.
And Coach Register has repeated one word this year to avoid last year's loss.
It's kind of determination. How much determination did they have to come out and repeat kind of what we did last year by getting to the Final Four, having a chance to win a championship.
A state championship, which would be a first for the Crusader soccer team. Matt Krzyzewski, KOMU 8 Sports, Jefferson City.
Matt, thanks. If Hialeah wins, it will play for the state championship on Saturday. Neither Cardinal pitcher Chris Carpenter nor Cardinal pitcher Adam Wainwright is the National League Cy Young Award winner. Instead, that honor goes to San Francisco Giant right-hander Tim Lincecum. The Giants ace had a record of 15-7 with a 2.48 earned run average. Carpenter finished second in the voting and Wainwright third. That is sports. Now a break.
Welcome back. Another look at our forecast, and it is an improving forecast. 41 by midnight, 38 and possibly foggy on the drive to work Friday, sunshine and 55 on Friday afternoon.
Here's some of the stories we're working on for KOMU 8 News at 10. It's Missouri's largest lost and found. Something in it might be yours. New advertising might soon be rolling along local roads. And Thanksgiving dinner. How much will it cost this year? When is the best time to shop? Join us at 10.
Also new on the web tonight, are you curious about how the Columbia Police Department responds to different things? Log on to our website at KOMU.com. Click on the links and numbers section to see a graphic detailing the number of incidents and the types of force used.
Time now for the KOMU 8 photo finish.
Sure is. Mary Andert sent us a photo of Cole with his toy. He is a cat, though she says he's taking on some canine traits because he loves to play catch. And Debbie Conroy took this picture, an eerie sky that set on an unlucky Friday the 13th, if you're superstitious. If you have not sent us your photos, then get ready to write down the photo finish email address. Send us those photos to shareit@KOMU.com.
You know, Chris knows all about cooking Thanksgiving dinner, don't you?
Oh, yeah. He is a connoisseur in the kitchen, that's for sure.
Open up a can of turkey, right?
You can do better than that.
Have you ever gone snow skiing?
No. Water skiing.
No.
Ever? Never. I was really bad at it.
It's an interesting place there, just outside of St. Louis. On a clear day, you could see the arch from the top of that mountain.
See you at 10.